Okay, so one of my subscribers had wanted me to talk about the whole Drake situation because what happened was recently on Drake's IG he had posted free Tory on like a picture of his face and had like a three, like the number three and U. That's slang for free U. So he wanted me to talk about it because, and the reason why we don't really see, like, we didn't really expect something like this from Drake. See, anyone who's been listening to Drake for like the last decade, they know that, certified lover boy, he sings for the women, like he's like a hybrid. Like that's exactly who he is. Just like how Tory was before he got locked up. So, that's what he's known for. So no one would ever think that he would keep calling out Megan publicly like this. And what kind of had me a little surprised was, okay, you heard him say in some of these songs, but now he's getting bolder and bolder with it. And really, and to be honest with you, he really said it at the right time. Because think about it. Let's look at how things was when Megan Tory was going at it and they was going to court and all that, right? If you even thought about agreeing with Tory, like people would have thought, oh wait, free Tory, man, you don't like women. Your mom should have swallowed you. Like you would have heard all of that if you even thought that Tory might be innocent. But now, as more information has been coming out, and not only just information. Let's just be honest. The only reason why right now we even think, well, actually, the only reason why we even know for sure that Tory really didn't do anything is because, like, Megan's been lying a lot. Megan's been telling a lot of lies. This is way too many lies that she's been telling for someone who claims to be innocent. I think even Nicki said something in one of her videos. She was like, well, if you were so innocent, why are you doing all that damn lying? Nicki saying it. Even some of the girls that I talk to, they even told me that Megan's a hoe and Megan's lying. They even know it. You got women out there who actually calling it out on the internet. So that's why I'm saying that Drake really did this at the right time. Because now, when you sit there and say, yo, free Tory, when you actually say that, it's not gonna trigger so many people. I mean, well, it'll trigger some. You got women who get triggered by it, and then you got some emotional ass niggas who might get triggered by it. But for the most part, it's not gonna be as bad as it was back on when the trial happened 2 or 3 years ago. That's number one. And also another thing too. Haven't y'all noticed that cancel culture is dying a little bit? Like, I'm not saying like you can just go on TV and offend or say certain things and nothing will happen to you entirely. I'm not saying that, but it's not as bad as it was a couple years ago. Now you got guys like Kanye who just flat out don't care. Like he's just so rich, he don't really care at all, right? But for the most part, cancel culture, when you actually give an opinion, your pockets are not drained. Like 50 says his opinion constantly. You have other comedians saying their opinion constantly in jokes, and it's still not affecting their money as it was the way it once did a couple years ago. So I think this is a good thing, man. So I think Drake's willingness to actually say free Tory on his IG kind of highlights that cancel culture is not as bad as it was a couple years ago. So that just shows, that's one positive thing that I like in society. With all this, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, people have more of a right to express themselves and express their opinions without worrying about every single dollar being compromised. That's what I think is really dope about it. And another thing too I wanted to highlight also is that the fact that Drake even had the confidence to say this, being on based off where he is at his life, that should give you some inspiration to be great. Think about it, man. You know how many times when you go to a work or you're in a group setting and you feel constricted in terms of how you want to say things? Like, why do you think most jobs are toxic? Well, at least half. Why do you think they're so toxic? Because what happens is that you see what's going on, and just because you say your opinion, it could potentially get you fired. That's why every time you go to work or any job that you might have, you see some of your coworkers uncomfortable as fuck. That's why I say you really can't get mad at your coworkers for being uncomfortable at work, because most of the coworkers they don't fuck with, they know if they say one little wrong thing to one of their coworkers, they might try to do some shady shit to get them fired, If you say one wrong thing to your boss, even though you probably doing your job right, he'll find ways to get you fired. Or matter of fact, he'll probably just torture you till you quit. Yeah, I've seen that a lot actually. Like sometimes what bosses will do, these are evil bosses. They'll just torture the fuck out of you for weeks and months just because you said one wrong thing they didn't like. That's why, for the most part, I don't try to figure out job politics. I always thought job or like online politics in terms of saying what you wanted to say was always whack. Now, if you say something I don't like, straight to my face, it's my right not to fuck with you. That's just my right. But at the same time, I think when you're trying to flat out stop someone's pockets just because they said something you didn't like, I think that's just un-American as fuck. It's so un-American, bro. Like, you can't just try to stop someone's way of living and stop someone's money just because they said they had one opinion that you didn't like, or they like someone that you don't like. I think that's very corny. So by Drake doing this, it does show that cancel culture, it's not as strong as it once was, basically, to sum it all up. But that's pretty much my thoughts on Drake saying that. And it also just shows that Drake doesn't believe that Megan is as innocent as she claims to be. He's been saying it in a few songs now, and he just said it on his IG post. So that's just how I see it. I'll see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next one.